What up, Lake Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame, and we got some breaking news. Some pretty sad news, if you ask me, especially if you're a fan of this kid. But I'm gonna wait till the chat fills up a little bit more, and then we're gonna dive right into it. But how you guys doing today? Game day feels like forever. 3 days spaced out, man. We face the Orlando Magic today at 4 o'clock Pacific time. So first of a 5-game road trip. But like I said, we have some pretty sad breaking news. And I think it's unfortunate, but I also see why the Lakers went this route. And that is, well, I'm going to give you guys bad news and good news. The good news, I'm going to start with the good news first. The good news is that Avery Bradley is back, right? And hopefully, he's going to be limited to 20 minutes, but hopefully I'm not sure if he's going to start or come off the bench, but hopefully he plays well. So Avery Bradley's back. That's what's up, baby. Our defense should improve, especially if he's anywhere near health to where he was before he got injured. So that's great. More good news is that we have recalled up Devontae Kaycock. If you guys remember him, he was balling out, great at crashing the glass. He's just a motor type guy. He's very similar to basically Montrezl Harrell, Kenneth Faried type. So that's the good news. The bad news, and I feel like it's really bad news, is that we cut Zach Norvell. We had to cut him from his 2-way contract, and that's unfortunate. Also, more bad news, Kyle Kuzma won't be playing today, which I think can be interchanged. The reason why we might have cut Zach Norvell and picked up Kaycock is because I think, since Kuzma has been battling with that injury, we're going to need another big there, especially with Dwight Howard getting into foul trouble most of the time. That way, when Anthony Davis goes to the bench, maybe we can bring back Kaycock. He could play some 5, he could play some 4. So, that's mainly the reason why I feel like they cut Zach Norvell. Now, my hope is that they only cut him while Kuzma's out, because we're going to need some presence right there at the 4 and at the 5 spot off the bench. So maybe that's why they cut Norvell and brought in Kaycock. And, of course, everybody knows that they're not going to cut Giannis's brother, because our hope is to land him in 2021. So, so there's that, guys. Zach Norvell has been cut from the team. Now, why is this unfortunate? Because this guy is so talented that I wouldn't be shocked if somebody picks him up immediately. Like, this guy is really, really good. He was averaging 21 points per game in the G League, shooting over 50% from beyond the arc. So it wasn't like it was his fault he got cut. The only primary reason I see that he got cut was that Kuzma's going to be out probably for an extended period of time with that injury that's bothering him. They probably wanted to put him away, put him in the shelf till he comes back 100%, since everybody wants to kill him and he's not even healthy yet. So that's probably what management is doing. And obviously Kaycock fills that role, right? He's a 4 who can crash the glass. Him and Dwight, I think, would be fun to watch off the bench. I'm not sure if that's going to happen tonight, but I think that would be fun to watch off the bench. And I will get to that December 15th right now in just a little bit, man. But we have a lot of guards. Honestly, I told you guys I didn't expect to see Zach or Thornton Tucker get a lot of minutes. So that's probably why. We can only have up to 2 2-way players, and we all know we're not cutting Costas because of that, right? And obviously, we had to cut Norvell to bring in Kaycock. Thornton Tucker looked nice in his limited minutes, so I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to get some PT. But we'll see what happens there. But again, sad day. We see Zach Norvell go, and like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if another team picks him up, just like they did with David Nwaba, just like they've done with players we have cut in the past that are really good. Now, I'll be curious to see if when Kuzma comes back, if they'll switch that contract back out and put Kaycock back in the G League and bring back Zach Norvell. At least that's my hopes, because I think as much as I like Devontae Kaycock, I think Zach Norvell has more of a ceiling, and I really like him a lot. Like, again, he was shooting 21 points per game in the G League, shooting over 50% from beyond the arc. So it wasn't for his lack of production that they cut him, man. And I was puzzled till I started thinking about it. Like I said, the primary reason being that Kuz is injured, and we need a big man there. We have plenty of guards. We have Caruso. We have Rondo. We have Avery Bradley coming back. Obviously, we have Cook. We have Troy Daniels. That's 5 guards already right off the top, and KCP. So that's the 6-guard rotation. So obviously, Norvell doesn't fit that. So I'm not that shocked anymore just thinking about it. But Kaycock, obviously, we're thinner in the front line. We have Anthony Davis. We have Dwight. We have JaVale. And then if one of those guys gets in foul trouble, then we don't have nobody to back them up. So I understand why they did it, but at the same time, I just hope he stays in our G League squad, ready for the call. Because if he goes elsewhere, man, that'll really suck. That'll really bum me out. But I'll be happy for the kid because anywhere else, he'll probably be playing right now, getting major minutes in the actual NBA team. That's how highly I think of this Zach Norvell kid. But anyways, moving on from that. Today we face the Orlando Magic. They're a streaky team. I believe their record is 11-12, and they're one of those young teams that can get up and down. Very athletic. We can't not take them serious. And obviously, they have Aaron Gordon. They have some length like Mo Bamba there, Jonathan Williams, and players like that. Markelle Fultz will not be playing due to injury. So there's that. So, yeah, I mean, again, we make this rotation change. And the good news is that Avery Bradley is back tonight, officially. He's limited to 20 minutes, but still, I'm going to be curious to see if he's going to start or come off the bench. Now, my buddy over here from the Philly Eagles wanted me to talk about the December 15 deadline that's about to be lifted for players that signed this summer can now be traded. And I do expect a couple of trades to go down. Which ones exactly, I'm not sure, but I've been hearing all kinds of rumors. I've been hearing that J.J. Redick is available for the right price. What the right price is, I don't know. But I don't believe we have that right price. I wouldn't trade any of our young pieces with draft picks attached to it. We don't have no more draft picks, so I don't know what that right price is going to be. Kevin Love is on the chopping block, but look at his contract. It's too bloated. Not an option for the Lakers. We need to look at if we're going to make a trade down the stretch, we have to look for cheaper contracts. So I'm not even looking for a trade. We're 21-3 for a reason. I'm not looking for a trade right now. Everybody asking me about trades. You might as well ask me about other teams' trades because I think the Lakers are just fine where we're at right now. Matter of fact, adding Avery Bradley is truly going to help out and is going to help the Lakers' perimeter defense. So that even clogs up another hole that we have. So, but what do you guys think, man? I see you guys. KCP, is that what you mean? KCP. I mean, KCP. Yeah, I think he is expendable, but I mean, what do you bring back in return? Like that matches his contract, right? Lakers should have had signed Redick, Malcolm Brogdon, and JJ Redick. I mean, we don't have all that cap space, Gus. You got to look at the cap space. We don't have all that cap space. You know, those guys are worth a lot of money, especially JJ Redick. Malcolm Brogdon, I think he made like 21 mil as well. If we would have signed those guys, you don't get other guys. You don't get guys like Dwight. You don't get other role players like Danny Green. You don't get guys like that. So I'm happy with the team we have. Agu will be bought out soon. Now, there's a potential that he's either traded or bought out. He could be traded after December 15 as well. So I've been hearing rumors that supposedly Dallas is interested in trading for him. There's plenty of teams that supposedly have interest, but what exactly they're going to demand on the market for him, that's going to be the interesting part. He said, keep our squad and wait to see who gets bought out. Now, I agree with Izzy. That's the best option we have. Why fix what isn't broken right now? We're the best team in the NBA, you know, arguably, because some people say the Bucks are, but I think we are. And there's no reason to make a trade right now at all. But I know some people, you know, again, they're stuck in their little 2K land and they want to make trades. It's dumb when you're winning, right? If you're in a fantasy league and you have a winning team and you're dominating everybody, why would you make a trade, right? And ruin it potentially. He said Miami, Houston, and Dallas are all interested in trading for Iggy, Dan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's other teams that could potentially give something up. So I'm not going to hold my breath for Iguodala. However, I am going to hope that we land them somehow. He said Quinn Cook and KCP are overpaid. KCP is fine if he keeps it up. Now, KCP has been shooting a lot better, man. He's confident. He's no longer thinking about it. He's just letting it fly, and that's what we needed from him. Now, to trade him at this point wouldn't be good business for the Lakers because right now he's balling, and he's actually playing some decent, solid defense as well. So, you know, I don't see why you would want to trade him right now. Earlier in the season, I totally understand. Or if you're one of these people that thinks strike while the iron's hot, that's fine. But there's no guarantee that the player you get in return is going to fit right into the system, right? He might need some time too. And then what are you going to do? Want to trade him as well? As impatient as our fans are, we have to just enjoy this, right? He said, I love you so much, bro. I love you too, bro. I see you, man. It's the Lakers overpaid KCP, though. Could have signed Ariza for that price. Right now, he's earning his paycheck, so I'm not worried about that art of war. But I understand. A lot of people feel like he's overpaid, but remember the market fluctuated. So now 8 million is the new 2 million, right? So don't look too much at the price. Look more at the production. Right now he's producing. So that's all we need. He said, Dan, who was Zach Norvell replaced for? Devontae Kaycock, the power forward who played with our summer league team, and he actually balled out as well. By the way, with good reason that Devontae Kaycock was called up. There's no hate on Devontae. I like his game. I feel like the ceiling for Zach Norvell is a little bit higher than Devontae's. But Devontae was averaging what, like 16 points and 11 rebounds in the G League. Now, 11 rebounds is no joke. This man, he loves crashing the glass and he does all the dirty work, which is why the Lakers called him up. Also because Kuzma's injured for who knows how many games. So, we're going to need another forward there. He said, Dan, do you think signing Kawhi would have been better than what we have? Absolutely not. Look what Kawhi is doing. He's load managing over there. I'd rather have players and bodies that are physically going to be there every single night. But obviously having 33 superstars is guaranteed championship. But, this way, nobody has any excuse when we earn that chip, right? Nobody can say, oh, you guys were a super team and it was handed to you. No. You can't give us the same hate that they gave the Golden State Warriors because we actually have 2 superstars and a bunch of good role players. I'm doing good, Alfred. Thanks for asking, brother. I'm doing really good, man. Thank you. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out my new track, go ahead and check it out. It's called Thorns. It's a track I had there on the hard drive for a while, so I wanted to drop it today. But go ahead and check that out. Drop a like if you already have it. Dan, is Bradley playing? Yes, Bradley is playing limited minutes today. He's limited to 20 today. So look for somewhere between 15 and 20. So that's where he will be. Vogel's bringing out the best in KCP. He is a better player. He is. And he's playing like what we saw him play like at the end of last year when we said, well, maybe we should bring him back if he continues to play like that. So KCP's earning his paycheck from this point on, and hopefully it continues. But we're going to need him. Thanks, Rody. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Heat are pretty good. I didn't even know. Oh, yeah, man. The Miami Heat are balling this season. So that's going to be a good little test. And then we're going to end our road trip in Milwaukee. He said, Dan, who is starting, KCP or Bradley? I think KCP remains a starter for now, at least. I would. Again, coach knows what he's doing, so I trust him. I wouldn't be shocked to see Avery Bradley inserted back into the starting lineup. But I will keep KCP there because he's balling out, man. He said Lakers need a player off the bench that can score and create their own shot like Joe Johnson, Jamal Crawford. I mean, that's a fair opinion, but to be honest with you, we don't need that. Our team has been doing just okay off the bench with Rondo facilitating. Need is a strong word. We just dropped 140 points the last game, so I don't think we need anything, to be honest with you. But all in all, man, it's to each his opinion. If you feel like we could use another offensive player, then that's different, right? But need is a strong word. Very strong word. He said, you did a good job on your track. Enjoyed listening to it. Appreciate your hard work and dedication. Thanks, Alfred. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Jared Dudley for Jeff Green or a draft pick and sign Kenneth for Reed. We don't have enough room for 2, guys. We don't have enough room for 2 more players. If we make a trade, then yes, that's an even trade. Dan, did you hear the rumor that the Knicks want to sign Jason Kidd? Yeah, I told you guys about it as soon as they fired their coach Fizdale. I said, don't be shocked if they try to lure away one of our coaches. So, that's what I didn't want to happen. But all in all, I wish them the best if they do go. Hey, Dan, I like your new song. Next time you make a mix, you should try to have a classic West Coast G-Funk style beat. For sure, bro. I got you, man. By the way, I'm dropping a West Coast style track pretty soon. I'll probably drop it in a mix. What do you guys think? Should I drop it as an individual track or in a Laker mix? Because it'll go either way. But I'm excited to drop that. I'm just waiting for my boys to come in and record. Once they do that, I got my part is all laid out. It's a West Coast anthem, man. You guys are going to like this one. Dan, what are the stat predictions for AD and LeBron and the end score predictions? Stat predictions for AD and LeBron. Again, I expect them every single night to give me 25-plus points per game. So combined for 50. And then the 10 assists from LeBron are a gimme this year, and 10 rebounds from AD with 3 blocks from AD accompanied. If we can get a couple steals from LeBron, that'll be great. It seems like to get out in transition. If we can make them get sloppy, then that'll be great. He said, I want to beat the freaking Flippers on Christmas Day, baby. I'm ready. Hey, let's not look past Milwaukee on December 19th, man. That's the one I'm looking forward right now. So, I can't wait for that. On my way home from work, time to rest and watch the game. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy, brother. That's the best time to get out of work when you know you got a game ahead. Dan, what would you like to see against the Clippers matchup between Kawhi, Paul George, and Patrick Beverley? What I want to see is us to continue to dominate. Don't take our foot off the gas. If you guys remember Christmas Day, we got up by like 12, 15 points, and then we took our foot off the gas, and then the referees got involved, and then the rest was history. Like I said, it takes a perfect storm to defeat this team. So all we have to do is just play organized and try not to turn the ball over and just execute, and we should win because we're more talented. Regardless of whatever ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 say, we are more talented than the Clippers. Don't let those quotes fool you. Stephen A. always says, well, I expect, the Lakers to win a championship, but, the Clippers are the more talented, deeper team. I don't see it. I don't see it. They have more wings than us. We have more at every other position than them. So I don't see what they're talking about. And all we need to see is for us to stay healthy up until that game, and in that game, we just have to execute. We should get an easy dub, I'm telling you. I really can't wait to watch the Lakers versus the Rockets. We haven't even faced them this year, huh? I'm not looking forward to that one, man. That one's going to be just floppery. That one's going to be flopping more than Lizzo's cheeks, man. I'm telling you. Those players are just going to be flopping all over the place, and I'm not looking forward to that because Russell Westbrook's a big flopper, and he likes to draw contact and attack the rim. And then James Harden, same thing, man. You just see his beard pointing in all kinds of directions. I can't stand it, bro. I grew up in an era where men with beards were men. Nowadays, people's beards just flopping all over the place. It's crazy to see, man. Dan, in your honest opinion, do you think the Lakers need another consistent scorer besides Bron and AD? No, we have plenty of talent on the roster. Our bench is good enough, man. I think we're good. I really do. He said Lizzo was lit AF on the game Sunday. Yeah, a little too lit, man. I didn't appreciate it just because the kids that go there, man. Come on, man. Just because you're on the Jumbotron don't mean you have to go Jumbotron. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're on the Jumbotron. You got to keep it classy. Like, dance like that at your own house, But come on now. Like, the way she was dressed, that's what really bothered me. Like, if I was dressed like that to the game, I would just sit down and like, I'd be embarrassed. But not her, huh? She wants to make sure the world knows. Dan, Luke Walton and the Kings are doing well. Do you think they'll make the playoffs? No, I don't. I'm sorry. That's Luke Walton, man. That's Luke Walton. I don't believe in Luke at all. He said, I didn't appreciate it for myself. I feel you on that. But you know what? I have no problem with big women, man. Big women can be attractive in their own way to anybody, right? My only thing is that just be classy, bro. Like, I would have had a problem if Rihanna or Beyonce went to the game and did the same thing, because there's kids there, man. You want to dance like that, go to the club. Nobody's going to criticize you there. TMZ might be there, but that's about it. But enough of Lizzo, man. Back to the Lakers. He said, greatest Christmas present is to beat the Bucks and the Flippers. Now, I think we can beat them both, but we have to stay focused. Those games are one after the other. So we have to make sure that, that we come out focused and ready to perform. We can't take the night off either of those nights. If we start off slow, we're going to be in trouble. We have to come out and we have to execute from end to end for both of those games. Now, when we play Milwaukee, we have to make sure that we turn Giannis into a long-range shooter. Keep him out of the lane, keep him out of the paint. That is where he's going to wreak havoc. When we face the Clippers, all we have to do is shut down Kawhi Leonard, or not shut him down, but at least contain him a little bit. Don't let him get to the bucket, hit his little mid-range shots, none of that. Everything contested. And then same thing for Lou Williams. Let's make Paul George be the closer of that game because everybody knows Paul George is not a closer, man. Hey, what's up? What's up? Shout out to the Philippines. He said Rondo is a game time decision. Hopefully he's ready because we could use him tonight. For reals. What happened with Norvell? He was cut in favor of Devontae Kaycock, much and partly due to the fact that Kuzma's going to be out this game and who knows how many other games in the road trip. So we needed another big body. I'm sure that's the reason the Lakers did it. I don't see any other reason for it. He said, you think we complete? We don't have a lockdown small forward, Bradley too small, and Green is too slow. No, I think we're complete. I don't think Green is too slow. He's actually a very good defender. He's taking a couple of nights off, but when he wants to, man, and I think Bradley will help him out on the perimeter. We were the number one team in the NBA when Bradley was healthy defensively. So hopefully we improve in that area when he comes back. Now, I don't expect elite defense from him tonight because he's just coming off of an injury. I'd be shocked if he continues where he left off. But eventually, I think he'll fall back into that the same defensive habits. Why is this game so early? Because it's in the east side, man. It's in Orlando, in Orlando, Florida. So over there, I think it's like 7 o'clock. It's about to be 7 when this game starts. So yeah, that's why it's so early on this game. But hey, early bird gets the worm, man. I actually prefer the early games. That way we can watch Laker basketball sooner. I hate waiting all day for them. Is a K-Cock is nice, big body for the rebounds and defense. Yeah, I like K-Cock. I'm not even hating on him. I'm happy we got him. I'm just sad that it had to be Norvell who got cut. Like, if we didn't have a shot at Giannis, I would say just cut his brother. He's too raw. But obviously we have a shot at Giannis, so I know that the Lakers are smart for keeping him on board and continuing to develop him. And maybe we'll even have a player from him, right? But we're trying to recruit Giannis in the near future. I think that's the main reason we brought Jason Kidd on board as well. He said, who else could we have cut, Dan? Nobody. These are two-way G League contracts. You could only have 2. And we do have those 2. Remember, Thornton Tucker, actually, it was a first-round pick, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so we actually inked him to a regular contract. So he's actually a part of the team. We can send him down to the G League whenever, but he could also play more than the 40 games that the two-way league contracts have, if I'm not mistaken. So what position is K-Cock? He plays everywhere from center, because he's a small ball center, to small forward. So, he's those 3 positions. Does Kuzma have a mild or severe ankle sprain? It's a mild ankle sprain, but again, he hasn't been himself. So they're doing a smart thing by sitting him out. I mean, why just throw him out there so that impatient fans could bash him like a piñata and call for a trade when you could just let him heal all the way and then they can shut up those ignorant fans, right? So obviously that's what the coaching staff is doing. They're protecting their player, and they don't want to force him to keep playing if he's not feeling it 100%. So no Kuzma today, and no Kuzma, who knows, for the next couple of games, So hopefully somebody else steps up, because you're actually going to feel his presence missed, when he's not out there. He said, Lakers have the best load management in the league. I agree, because you know what? They only take games off when they absolutely need to. Do you think Kuzma is going through the winter slump? Nope. I think he's going through injuries, man. He's been going through injuries all season long. He never even had a training camp. So, again, that's why I tell people to be patient with the kid. I know he's capable of, come on now. So, yeah. He said, do you think Boogie will be picked up if we waive him? Probably. He's super talented. So there's somebody out there that's going to get him for the MLE, mid-level exception, for sure. He said, greetings from Alberta, Canada, bro. Oh, dang, we got some Canadians up in the house. What's up, bro? Shout out to Canada. And shout out to you for not being a Raptors fan. I appreciate that. Said, Dan, did you see LeBron's interview with ESPN where he said he feels good as heck being a Laker? Of course, man. And I don't expect anything different from a legendary player. All legendary players make a home, here in LA, because this is the best place to play. If you didn't play for the Lakers throughout your career, I feel sorry for you, right? If you had the privilege and pleasure and honor of throwing on the golden armor at least once in your career, then you're blessed, if you're an NBA player. But there's superstars out there that, like Chris Paul, who will never be blessed to, join the purple and gold as at least for the foreseeable future. Players like that are always going to wonder. He said, Kuz is good. If you watch the Jazz game, he had 3 blocks, 2 steals, along with 15 points. Yeah, and the thing is, he's still scratching the surface. I think he's still going to get a lot better. Like, I'm not concerned about him for the same reason. I know he's been injured for sure. DTLF, who is the Lakers' bigger threat, Denver or Houston? Denver. Denver, because they actually play defense. Houston does not. Matter of fact, I've been hearing rumors that Mike D'Antoni's going to be let go after the season if they don't win a championship. So he's going to be let go after the season. That's tough. Even though he has, elevated that team offensively, defensively they're still relevant. But I also blame the players. Flop hards like James Harden, they're to blame as well because they're not willing defenders. They take possessions off and they only defend when they want. That's a problem. Any other questions, guys, before I get off? Hit me up right now. He said Kuz will eventually be a two-way star. I truly believe it. I at least think he will be an offensive player, like an offensive star, even if he never gets that two-way. But I think if he puts in the effort, he could definitely improve defensively for sure. Should the Lakers make a trade or keep the roster how it is? For now, we should keep the roster how it is. Ask me again around, the trade deadline, and then I'll come back to you on that. Remember when Monroe rejected a max contract from the Lakers? Yeah, man. Thank God he did too, right? Thank God. My God, we dodged a bullet. DTLF, there are rumors that the Knicks are looking to take Kidd. Are you okay with that? I am not okay with that. I want our coaching staff to stay intact. There's a reason our players are buying into the system because we have a great coaching staff. It's not just Frank Vogel. But I wish him the best, man, because he's going to need all the luck he can get going to the Knicks. Anything about Boogie? Not just yet, man. We haven't got any more updates. He's still recovering from his injury. Hopefully, he comes back soon. But, yeah, I'll update you guys if I hear anything about DeMarcus for sure. He said, I thought Tucker was a power forward. He could play the 3. He could play even some 2 and some 4 for sure. He said, one more trade for a wing would make us over the top. Question is, who would you trade? And who is this wing you have in mind? Those are that's the question right there. Right now, I don't even know who I would get rid of. I think the whole roster is perfect as is. Even your boy Jared Dudley, man, I like him. I like him because when he has come in limited minutes, he has stretched the floor. He has took a couple of charges. He's just a great vet to have in the locker room. These guys are actually crucial to championship runs. They're the glue that keeps everything light in the locker room, man. You need guys like that. You can't have a bunch of serious guys in the locker room. Hey, Dan, how long did it take you to make the track? It took me months, man. But, I'm the type of dude that I have a bunch of tracks and I work on them when I have free time and then I put them away and I finish working on it later. And that's what I did with this track. This track, I've been working on it for months. And I finished recording my girl just yesterday. So, that's the way I have a bunch of tracks in progress right now that I'm going to release to you guys in the future. Like I said, I got this West Coast one that has a couple of my boys on it. I'm going to throw on there. That's going to be really good. You guys are in for a treat on that one. But as soon as it's complete, I will drop it for sure. He said, looking unlikely that we will get Iggy. They said they only trading him. Again, it's okay. We will see what happens in the near future. I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, we have a winning team. As long as we stay healthy, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. But if Iggy becomes available, then we'll worry about it. If he's not available, only via trade, then, hey, good luck to him. DTLF, I like your channel. Hope your channel blows up. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I misread that, by the way. He didn't say the first part. Dan, going to the Knicks as a coach is career suicide. Look at all their previous coaches. They got all the blame for everything. That's because they have, their version of Jim Buss up there, and that's James Dolan, except James Dolan is worse because he's been around for longer. So James Dolan is a cancer. As long as they have him running that team, the best thing Knicks fans can hope for is that he sells the team or something like that, right? But that's about it. Maybe they could catch him saying some racist stuff just like they did with Donald Sterling, and maybe they can, take him off of his team. I don't know. But you can't really you can't really have high hopes for the Knicks as long as they have that guy. That guy's just, it reminds me of Al Davis with the Raiders, right? All those years, So, some franchises are cursed with horrible ownership, and we're blessed enough to have, Jeannie Buss as the successor to, to Jerry Buss, and she's great. Now, she might not have always known what she was doing, but she has a great heart. It's in the right place, and she wants the Lakers to be great. Unlike, you can't say the same thing for Mr. Stubborno Dolan, right? Dolan is just an idiot. This guy just wants to sell tickets, and he doesn't care about the fan base. He even bans the fans for saying negative stuff about that team or him. So all in all, man, it's unfortunate what's going on over there, but it is what it is, man. They have some pretty bad fans and some good ones as well. Um, like that one guy who was talking smack about LeBron James. I said, this guy's a bad omen. It's no wonder the Knicks have been really bad for a long time. They have fans like these, they're not going to get very far. So hopefully, the positive fans can outweigh the negative fans. They have a lot of fans, including the ones that booed Porzingis on draft night and stuff like that. That's never good. But every fan base has its ignorance, and it's good fans, right? Like, I mean, just look at Clipper Darrow, man. This guy, like, I'd be embarrassed if that was a fan of my franchise. I'm glad. Clipper Darrow, even though he's passionate and all that, he says a lot of ignorant stuff. He disrespects our franchise when he shouldn't, because his franchise has not done a thing. And he's even been caught wearing our colors. So those are the worst type of fans. And, they're kind of an embarrassment for the franchise. Like, I don't ever see players associating with Clipper Darrow like that. Maybe he got lucky and got a couple pictures with some of them, but if your players don't even want to associate with you, then you got a problem. He said K-Cock is a good defender and a rebounder. Yeah, I definitely like his motor for sure. And we could use a player like that on any given night. Those players fit in on any team. But it does hurt that we cut Zach Norvell. Like I said, hopefully it's just temporary and we bring him back up at some point. But other than that, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys here right after the game for that post-game recap. And hopefully we're talking victory. And we have a chance of going, this will be our 22nd win. So 22-3 would be amazing. That'll be 19 games over 500 and 1 away from 20. This is going to be an interesting road trip, though. A 5-game road trip. I think this is probably the hardest part of our schedule or in December, besides obviously the Clipper game and the Milwaukee game. But we're in the home stretch, guys, and we have to make sure we get as many victories as possible. So let's go Lakers. Let's get it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to drop that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.